"Do you speak Spanish, sir?" The voice was soft, almost shaking, yet it stood out in the noisy Saturday market. Ryan looked up from his cart, where his 6-year-old daughter Ava was busy stacking peaches like toy blocks. The question came from an elderly farmer standing by a table of wilted greens and soft tomatoes. His face was lined with stress and worry. Ryan blinked, then nodded. "Sí, hablo español. ¿Necesita ayuda?" The old man's face softened with relief. That moment changed everything. Ryan didn't come to the market to be a hero. He was just a 32-year-old single father, working night shifts as an electrician. All he wanted was to give Ava a fun weekend, a pancake breakfast, maybe learn the difference between zucchini and eggplant, and hopefully sneak a cookie from the bakery stall. But today was different. The old man, Don Julio, began explaining quickly in Spanish. He hadn't understood the English signs saying vendors had to pay at the entrance booth. Someone had accused him of selling illegally and threatened to call security. No one could understand what he was trying to say. "My wife is sick," Don Julio said with trembling hands. "I just need to sell my vegetables so I can buy her medicine." Something tugged at Ryan's heart. Without a word, he motioned for Don Julio to follow him. He left his cart, and Ava, who clutched her toy llama, and walked straight to the market office. There, Ryan explained everything. The confusion, the language barrier, the paperwork. The manager, a stern woman with a clipboard, looked at him closely. "This time I'll let it go," she said, "but tell him to ask for help next time." Ryan translated her words. Don Julio exhaled deeply and hugged Ryan tightly. Ava clapped with joy. It could have ended there, but someone had been watching. A woman, sipping coffee, wearing sunglasses and a wide-brimmed hat. She looked like she belonged there, because she did. Her name was Caroline Mercer. She owned the market and ran a large food co-op that supplied over 50 stores across the state. That morning she had come quietly, doing what she called her empathy rounds, watching how people acted when they didn't know anyone important was watching. She hadn't come looking for a story, but one found her. Later that day, just as Ryan and Ava were finishing their chocolate chip cookie and lemonade, Caroline approached him. "You handled that situation with the farmer beautifully," she said. Surprised, Ryan blinked. "Oh, I just helped. He needed it." She smiled. "Exactly. Not everyone steps up when someone needs help." She held out her hand. "Caroline Mercer, I run this place." Ryan shook her hand. "I'm Ryan, and this is Ava." Ava grinned, her mouth smudged with chocolate. Caroline said, "Thank you, not just for translating, but for reminding us what community means. That's what this market is really about." Then came the twist. She handed him a business card. "If you ever want a job that really makes a difference, give me a call. We're starting a program to help immigrant farmers with translation, support, and fair treatment. You'd be perfect." Ryan stared at the card, speechless. He wasn't used to being noticed, let alone appreciated. That night, after Ava fell asleep hugging her toy llama, Ryan sat on the couch, turning the card over in his hands. He thought about Don Julio, about his late wife who used to volunteer at shelters, and about his promise to raise Ava with kindness. Maybe this was part of that promise. A month later, Ryan started part-time at the co-op. He helped new vendors understand permits, translated documents, and ran small classes for immigrant farmers. Don Julio later became the face of a new campaign celebrating first-generation farmers. Ava insisted on being in the photo with him. Slowly, the market began to change. There were more signs in Spanish, more smiles that didn't need translation, more kindness, less fear. Then one sunny morning, Ava tugged on Ryan's sleeve and pointed to a nervous-looking woman with a stall full of mangoes. "Daddy," she whispered. "She looks worried." Ryan smiles. "Let's go say hello." Because sometimes a few simple words, spoken in the right language, can open doors you never even knew were there. And sometimes real kindness doesn't wear a cape. Sometimes it just waits quietly in line, speaking a different language.